going on, Jeromes? It's a beautiful, glorious Monday. Birds are indeed chirping and stuff. It's time for another Vikings news dump. So, bird watching really creeps up on you. Like one day you're just in, right? So we saw a blue jay, a cardinal, and a robin walk into a bar. Now, actually, they're down at the bottom of our yard where there's a culvert drain, and wonder why they're congregating there. Our best guess is, with the rain, with like the sandy loam and clay and stuff, the water all just goes there and it brings worms and stuff. That's our best guess. Or they're planning a hit on the house. I don't know. One of the two. Anyways, Vikings news dump for this beautiful Monday. So, of course, the story of the weekend was Asante Samuel Sr. just randomly calling out Chris Carter, calling him overrated. Now, this started out because, Chris Carter had some words about Chad Ochocinco, because Chad Ochocinco said that basically Travis Hunter couldn't guard him, right? And then Chris Carter had some critiques on Ochocinco, and then Asante Samuel, he made it weird. You know what I mean? Just call him, well, he doesn't get any yak. You never had to worry about yak. Yeah, you never had to worry about the guy who's fourth on the all-time touchdown list. You never had to worry about him. Also, they don't give you yak after you catch a touchdown, because all he does is catch touchdowns. It's okay. Actually, I'm gonna start this up because I had no thoughts about Asante Samuel Sr. So maybe just randomly calling out all-time greats and starting beefs, maybe that's the way to go. I'm gonna try that out. Emmitt Smith, overrated, stat piler. Like, he's basically Frank Gore with better PR. That's what he is. Or how about Tom Brady, system quarterback? You know who's the real brains of this operation? Josh McDaniels and Bill O'Brien. There you go. And then Ray Lewis, he's cool. Ray Lewis is cool. That's it. Yeah. So Randy Moss tweeted this out the other day. Me and my son at lunch trying to pick top 5 quarterbacks: Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, and Joe Burrow in no order. Now, I wonder who's the 5th. Now, I wonder if the kid was Thaddeus Moss, because obviously he'd be biased about Joe Burrow. But I don't know. So we thought about this too. Obviously, the answer is right there. Soon to be. Just give it time. At the end of the season, they do a top 5 list of the quarterbacks of the league. May I te presento a Rubio quarterbacko. Blanco. Es muy blanco. But in actuality, I had to think about this. So, obviously, people want to say Dak. It's not Dak. People want to say Jalen Hurts. I don't know. I know that the Eagles just won a Super Bowl, but there's just something about Jalen Hurts besides the tush push that I don't trust. You know what I mean? My number 5, I got 2 choices. So I know it's putting the cart before the horse, but Jaden Daniels is that dude. Like, he has it. He's a leader. He's got mobility. He's got a great arm, despite that weird elbow. And I know that we're just setting ourselves up for failure again. Like, CJ Stroud, year 2. It's going to be great. It was not great. Yeah, but I do think that Jaden Daniels is going to be firmly in that top 5 conversation when it's all said and done. Then you got Baker. I know that Baker Mayfield is famous for implosions and making mistakes and stuff, but there's just something about the moxie. And we talk about quarterbacks who have it. These two have it. J.J. McCarthy also has it. Something that's completely undefined, but you want it in your quarterback. Now, Jordan Love, no. Jared Goff, no. Trevor Lawrence, absolutely not. Now, I was approach it of who would I want as a quarterback of my team? Mahomes, yes. Lamar Jackson, sure. Josh Allen, yep. Joe Burrow, Jane Daniels or Baker Mayfield, yeah. Definitely go down that route. But of course, we feel fine with number 9. Should be his campaign slogan. Be good to go. Also good to go. Diamond Dallas Turner posting this on social media. Now, Turner's interesting because on his social media, he posts basically every single player in college football. How many ties does he have to all these players? It's kind of cool. But Turner posted this picture of Dvonte Smith from Alabama. Tied. And I was thinking, if the Vikings decide not to run it back with Jordan Addison, what if they made a move for Dvonte Smith? Now, this is obviously outside the box because they'll probably roll with Addison. They also have Ty Felton, who knows about Jalen Naylor, but Devontae's really established himself as one of the best wide receiver twos in the league. Like him and Jalen Hurts have some nice chemistry going on. Yeah, but so he's heading into his 5th season. He's had 2 1,000-yard seasons, won the Super Bowl, all that stuff, 27 career touchdowns. And he did sign an extension because, again, Howie Roseman is very good about extending his guys early. So 3 years, $75 million. And that's the going rate for wide receiver twos nowadays, $25 million. So it's going to be 30 by the time Addison get paid. Yeah. But if you made a move, like the bulk of his contract was signing bonus. So that stays on the Eagles cap. So the best way to think about what teams take on salary cap hits is when is the money paid? So signing bonus right when you sign. So it stays on the cap prorated for the Eagles over 5 seasons. But he does have minimal salaries over the next 4 years. He does have some huge roster bonuses, which makes up the bulk of his compensation. But it could be doable. Even though he's got those weird arms. He'd be pretty good. And also Diamond Dallas will be reunited. Plus, outside the box, like Henry Ruggs is probably going to get parole, and obviously what he did is terrible. Right now, hearts go out to the victims, but some team's going to give him a second chance, and I think it's going to be wherever Dvonte Smith is, because Dvonte Smith, Henry Ruggs, BFFs, back at Alabama. I think if he gets a second chance, it'll be somewhere where he's got a friendly landing spot, and with Dvonte would be it. So, not saying, I'm just saying. Anyways, next, the Vikings enjoying the time off. Welcome back weekend is July 26th. Quarterbacks and rookies report on July 20th. But Gabriel Murphy, he's in the islands. Look good. Sipping from coconut. Fantastic to see. And I'm fired up for Gabriel Murphy. Like, there's 2 guys specifically on the edge that I actually, well, 3. Actually, all of them. Yeah, but I think that Gabriel Murphy, he didn't really get a fair shot last year because he had that knee injury, sort of put him behind the 8 ball. And Bo Richter came out and shined. Like, he played like a man with his hair on fire. But Gabriel Murphy, there's a reason why the Vikings gave him a quarter million guaranteed as a UDFA. And it would be great to get his twin brother from UCLA too, because it was Gabriel Murphy. It was his twin brother. Name escapes me. I think it also starts with a G. But the twins and Leatu Latu at UCLA. Like, it was a badass defensive line, man. I love that. But Gabriel Murphy in year 2, I think we're going to see what he can do. Fully healthy, fully revved up, ready to go. I think he's going to surprise a lot of people. It's going to be good. Also, so I wanted to mesh our little series of, hey, remember that guy? So Matthew Hatchette. And, during 98, all the talk was about 3 deep. But who was wide receiver 4? Matthew Hatchette. All right, so he was a 97 7th round pick out of Langston, something, small school. And I was kind of rooted for him, Caught 2 playoff touchdowns, including one in the 98 NFC title game against the Falcons. And just 8-9, feeling fine. Good to go. But ended up with 15 career... How many career catches? 60 career catches, 887 yards receiving, 6 touchdowns, 2 playoff touchdowns like we talked about. And, he had a nice little run for a 7th round pick and played out his rookie deal with the Vikings, went to the Jets, went to the Jaguars, played a season in the CFL, all this stuff. Also, after football, he got into acting. A couple of credits on there on shows that How I Met Your Mother. He... I feel like they could have tied this in better because Matthew Hatchette, all right, so on How I Met Your Mother, he was bartender number 2. I feel like they could have tied that in better because I didn't watch the show, but I know of the references and the memes, and Jason Segel's character was a Vikings fan. and there was a sign in the bar that says, "I'm drinking to forget the NFC title game." They had a player that they had a cameo of someone who was literally in that NFC title game, in Matthew Hatchette. I mean, they could have worked that. It's like, hey, you look familiar. Did you catch a touchdown against the Falcons? No. Maybe. I don't know. No. Lastly, so we're trying to weather the storm of the Asian stereotypes. I'm a very good driver. I can't do math though. Good everywhere else. But the bowl cut. Now, there's photos of me as a kid somewhere where I have a bowl cut, and this was not a bowl cut. His hair just grew this way. All right, his hair was professionally cut at a Fantastic Sam's, and the lady was very nice. But Ezra's hair just grows like this. I can't explain it. Also, I can't explain the lightness of the hair, right? Because my wife also has dark hair. I have no hair, but if I grew it out, it would be dark too. So where does this kid get like this light brown hair? Want to know? Obviously, I'm the father. And obviously, she's the mother because I saw things and stuff, man. All right, so speaking to the fathers out there, or soon-to-be fathers, you're going to want to watch the birth. And I know that sometimes it's behind like the curtain and stuff. You want to see the whole thing. You want to be under center. You don't want to be shotgun for that, because even though it may be a little bit unsettling, it's a little bit like watching a medical procedure. You're gonna look at things and stuff differently, but to see the miracle of birth, it's kind of great. And you already got the play action steps down. So just hike. Actually, let the doctor do that. Let him or her do that. But it's kind of cool. God, how did we get here? This is peak off season. Yeah, so watch your kids being born. Yeah. Even though it's very graphic, not gonna lie. It's like watching, if like Kill Bill and Saving Private Ryan were mashed up, it would be that. That's about it. Anyways, my kid has a bowl haircut, and it kind of bothered me. And also, where does this light hair come from? I think it's going to stay like that, because some of the other kids had lighter hair, but then it got dark. But I don't know, Ezra might have some staying power. He's the only brunette in Japan. He's going to be. Anyways, that's it. Vikings news up for this beautiful, glorious Monday. You guys are the best. To do Skull production value.